So stick to this path you are now doing. And as your sincerity and determination increase more and more, Krishna will surely be pleased to bestow all his blessings upon you. So stick to this path as you are doing now. You don't need to do anything else. Anything else. This what we have, 16 rounds. Mangala, this same boring thing. This, sincerity and determination, your sincerity and determination will increase. And you can see some senior devotees, Prabhu here is the best example, coming from Mangalarti very enthusiastically. We're talking 4 o'clock in the morning here. For us devotees, Mangalarti, we were in Pune recently, in Maharashtra temple, and they have this big book for all the devotees, and each name. And there's a, what is the S? What was it first? Yeah. P was punctual, S is sick, F is for forgot. So you have to write your own name. S or anwesend is what? Present. P, you come to Mangalarti, you put P next to your name. And one devotee had many Fs. I said, what is F, man? He said, F means forgot. So he forgot to come to Mangalarti. I forgot to come to Mangalarti. But the point here is that we are talking 4 o'clock in the morning. That we wake up, take shower, and my wife was saying, I feel really bad here that you come at 4:25. This is like Maya, come 4:25 to Mangalarti. Devotees are waking up at 3 or 2:30 and chanting, serious devotees. But the point is that enthusiasm, this path as you are now doing, we don't need to do any other path. Yesterday I was saying this, Prabhu, Alalanath was, doing the puja, and I was thinking, man, this person is given 30 whatever years of his life. He's doing the same thing, puja, some whatever he needs to cook, whatever. This person, I cannot imagine that Krishna, Lord Chaitanya will come and say, you don't know your Kadashi Bhava, you're not qualified, Stick to this path as you are now doing, and as your sincerity and determination increases, more and more Krishna will surely be pleased to bestow all his blessings to you. And Prabhupada in another letter said, process is very simple, follow the 4 regulative principles very strictly. What is it? What is the sincere? Because I was thinking, said, he's a sincere devotee. What is a sincere devotee? What is it? He's very not smiling, he's not making jokes. Sincere devotee is, Prabhupada's call it eligible candidate for going back to Godhead. Eligible candidate. Follow the regulative principles very strictly. Chant at least 16 rounds on beads daily. What is the difficulty? 16 rounds takes between 1 hour, 15 minutes to 2 hours. Depends how fast you are. What is the difficulty? Read our literatures. There's so many books. Online, we are talking about this. I don't remember when was the last time I read an actual book. A physical book. I read online. Just click there, database, everything you want. And go for street Sankirtan, etc. And that's it. That is it. That is it. And within this frame, we have different personalities, and somebody is more intellectual. I recently talked to Vidwan Gauranga in Mayapur. He's like, for me, this is so unachievable in this life. This knowledge he has is just too much. You know Vidwan Gauranga? Yeah, just Sanskrit scholar, He offered some kind of course which I wanted to participate in. I saw the list of books. I was like, I don't think I can even read this in 3 months. Like, what to speak of learn something. So there are people who actually very much they have huge, vast amount of knowledge. There are people who are very, emotional, Krishna, whatever. There are people who are very mechanical, but all within this particular frame will work. All of that will work, because these are all material components which Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda do not consider at all. We know from the song of Nitai Pada, or Nadia Godrum and Nityananda Mahajan. The Lord Nityananda does not consider who is qualified, who is not qualified. He says, oh, just chant Hare Krishna. You say Hare Krishna, okay, you are qualified. It is like mind-blowing wholesale mercy, which I'm coming to the probably last point. This is all accomplished by the mercy. We actually, all of what we are doing there, of course, this is a powerful process and powerful process works, but this powerful process is only powerful because it is infused with the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and his associates. That's why it works. Otherwise, there's no sense. Makes no sense. Why would chanting Hare Krishna mantra, eating this wonderful cheese, sabji, make us make spiritual investment? Why? Or go sell some books. Excuse me, check it out, man. You want a book? Yeah, let's give $10. Okay, and that's it. Oh, hurt. Hare Krishna. Padam padam yadvi padam latesham. There's always danger in this material world. So it makes no sense. So therefore, all these things is just a pure mercy. And I was thinking, always wondering, what is mercy? What is actual mercy? Somebody shovels, mercy, or Jai Shishi Prahlad Nrsimhadeva ki Jai. So Prabhupada explains here in many, some instances, this is one letter from the 1970, that he speaks to this devotee, you have rightly observed that I am actually just trying to satisfy my Guru Maharaj. This is the one very important point, that we actually, our personal interest, I wrote one essay on a philosophy of interest. What is the philosophy of interest? It's interesting to read about philosophy of interest. And then basically they divide interests in two main categories. One category is my personal needs, bedürfnis. I need to drink, I need to eat, I have some desire to whatever I need, my own personal desires, my bodily desires. So this is like my personal interests. And the other interests are coming, this Maharaj was also speaking today, from the outside world. And this is called normative interests. We live in a society and then they impose interests on us, Like imposition is to every Friday to go to the party, at least when I was, I don't know, do they still have parties nowadays? But in my time they had parties every Friday. So I cannot imagine the Friday night that you sit at home. Anybody, whoever was a teenager, Friday night you sit at home. This is like super Maya, This is not happening, Friday night is the party time, isn't it? There's no even question about it. Whatever the forms and shapes this party take on. But the point is this was our normative interest. The society imposed on me that I have to go to this party on Friday, in this way or another. So we have our personal interest in the 70s, when Prabhupada was there in the 60s, because I was writing something about the farming community. So why would anybody want to live in the farm if you're from the city, But Prabhupada's interests became normative interests for the devotees. So devotees understood, yes, I want to go to the farm. Like I'm very interested talking to Srila Vedasara Prabhu, to actually have a farm, ecological farm, like a eco-village farm. And it's not my interest in my life, but this is a Prabhupada imposed this on me with his instructions. This interest is become my normative interest. So in the same way, our Krishna consciousness, and so therefore I mix my personal interests with these normative interests, So therefore, even if I have some desire to, personal desire, personal need, I somehow adjusted to fit this normative interests, because this normative interest overpowers my personal interests. Like Prabhupada says here. I'm simply trying to satisfy my spiritual master. So Prabhupada underwent these physical difficulties to please his spiritual master. So this is actually you can say proper attitude of a devotee. He said, it is not an account, but then Prabhupada says, it is not an account of my intelligence and endeavor that this has been done, meaning Krishna consciousness movement, because I'm simply an instrument in the hands of my spiritual master. So basically, we open ourselves to this thing, I don't know how does it look like physically, which is called mercy. You know, so we open ourselves, and this thing pours on us, this mercy. And we somehow do amazing things, you know, so I was empowered today, I distributed so many books, or, you know, this is not to be practiced at home. One devotee was a boxer before he joined him. So then he joined, and every time they go in Harinam, somebody somehow says something, and he punched him, every time, you know. And he said, I was empowered, Nisimha, they've empowered me. You know? I said, no, this is not empowered, this is your own doing, you know. There was one bhakta we had, I forgot his name, very big hair everywhere, burly. And somebody says something, he's just like, BAN! And the guy lays on the floor and he said, if you get up, you get another one. You know. And the guy, and we have a Harinam, he's laying on the ground half an hour, he's afraid to get up. You know. Not recommended. The power, empowerment is different. The empowerment here is this, that we somehow, Krishna through us executes so many wonderful things. And by doing this, we also get mercy. So this thing, mercy, of course, this could be a very interesting topic to discuss. What does it look like, mercy? So I wanted to just, for the end, because it's getting a little late, Prabhupada says here, Chakru Kripam. Chakru means did, and Kripa means mercy. Naturally, if anyone follows without any hesitation, whatever the spiritual master says, naturally he becomes kind. The spiritual master becomes kind. We know from the stories, Srila Prabhupada he sent Garga Muni and Brahmananda Prabhu to Pakistan. So at that time it was very dangerous to go to Pakistan. Nowadays, I'm sure also as a devotee. You know, they went to sannyasis in dhotis, and this is. I also did in India. We went to the Muslim university. I was so stupid, brahmachari, you know, puffed up. I'm going to preach. I went to in middle of Muslim university. I started chanting Nama Om Vishnu. I was surrounded by 20 guys, you know. I said, we advise you to leave this place immediately. I was like, I will fulfill your desires, my sir. You know, immediately. They were very serious. I was thinking they're just going to stab me here. You know. So Brahmananda and Garga Muni went to Pakistan in dhotis and sannyasi. You know. And what happened? They got arrested immediately on the street. And then what happened that time? You know, the fake news, as we call it nowadays. Somebody wrote in a big newspaper, main newspaper in Pakistan, 2 Hare Krishna's devotees got killed in Pakistan. So this news, because this was the main news, went to Mumbai. Prabhupada was in Mumbai, and these are his main dear disciples, Brahmananda. Prabhupada was very, very sorry. This was a story by, I think Brahmananda said this story, or Garga Muni, I think Brahmananda. And then what happened, they released them from jail, and they somehow went, and they, you know, arrived to Mumbai in time. And then Prabhupada saw them. Prabhupada was so happy to see them. And he said immediately he embraced Brahmananda, and then he smelled his hair. You know, in Krishna book, it is when Nanda Maharaj was very pleased with Krishna. Krishna brings him a shoe or whatever. You know, Krishna carries shoes on his head. And Nanda Maharaj smells Krishna's hair as a sign of affection. So this is what happened. Prabhupada was very pleased, so much so that he smelled his hair. So therefore he said, if anyone follows without any hesitation whatever the spiritual master says, naturally he becomes kind. Anyone will become kind. As I don't know whoever gave lecture the last couple of days, and they said that what did I want to say? The kind. Anyways, Sorry?
Because we like people.
Maybe. Anyways, I don't know. We do. Maybe Kripasindu likes people. We are still. I'm still at the preparing, clearing stage. Nama vasa of liking people. You know. I still have few words to say about them. Anyways, anyone becomes kind. Spiritual master is pledged to become kind, but anyone, if you follow, if you obey, then he becomes merciful. So it's anyone. No, there was the question was if someone is humble, you cannot be angry at this person. Maybe we watched on YouTube some video, lecture. If someone is really humble, you can be like, you are like this, and if someone is really humble, you feel like, oh my God, I'm so gross, you know, this humble person, you know. Isn't it happens sometimes? You meet a really humble devotee and you think you are, but then you realize I'm such a gorilla, you know, compared to this nice person, you know. So anyone will be kind and merciful. And then Prabhupada says, now how it will be merciful? This boy is very nice. He obeys orders. He serves very nicely. Chakru kripam yadyapi tulya darshana. Because saintly persons, they have no discrimination that this man should be given favor or that man should be given favor. They are merciful to everyone. So this is an interesting topic or point. Again, that we are all meant to be, you know, pure devotees engaged in this, as Prabhupada says, this rasa dance or rasa or whatever spiritual dance. Not again in a sense of, you know, sahajism, you know, we walk now in dhoti or saris, you know, in Haripol, I'm a gopi with beard. But we are eligible recipients of this mercy because they don't discriminate, that these great souls. We may discriminate. You know, sometimes one devotee told me, oh, these devotees, they come in, I don't like them. You know, I said, wow, such a statement, you know. Devotees are coming, I don't like these devotees. You know, there may be a reason for it, whatever. But the point is that these souls, it's not as they don't discriminate either they are from ISKCON or not from ISKCON, you know, sometimes ISKCON devotees or, you know, or the other line of this other mat or Baba said, oh, they are not properly initiated, they cannot achieve. Maybe they get born next life to join our sampradaya, whatever, you know, this, I heard this. That we are useless, whatever, ISKCON devotees are stupid white guys. Great souls, they don't, no discrimination, zero discrimination, whether you're a woman, you know, this Prabhu was very nicely, today there was a film, Mataji's cleaning the floor and doing so much service and, you know, there's no discrimination. You know, Prabhupada made no discrimination. He always says boys and girls. He didn't say all glories to the American boys, but not really girls. All glories to the American boys and girls. All glories to everyone. All glories to the dogs of Lord Chaitanya, who Lord Chaitanya sent his dog back to Godhead. A dog. I always use this example of, my favorite example, we were once in Rainbow Gathering in America. And Rainbow Gathering, anybody knows Rainbow Gathering? It's a hippie event in the middle of the forest, thousands of people come, and so we had this big tent, yurt, with a fire and kirtan all night until 1 or 2 o'clock, and because outside it's cold and we have fire, so they're forced to come to us. You know, this is a translator trick. And every evening, the kirtan, a man came with dog, very nice white poodle, Isabella. This is her name. I remember this name, Isabella. And he would hold Isabella like this, and Isabella would, you know, very posh, that's it, refined, you know. And then we would sing, you know, the leader, you know, like call and response, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And then the singer would sing, and then everybody else. And Isabella is standing, and then when everybody sings, she just, whoa, 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 whoa. And when everybody stops, she stops, you know. She's exactly singing with us, you know, mid-singing, as we say it in German. So I was thinking, wow, this is like a dog singing the kirtan. I've never seen this in my life, you know. So everybody can be engaged in devotional service. So, and these great souls have no discrimination because this is all material. They see the world differently than we see it. Again, we see this as dark. We go to sleep, then we sleep 6 hours or whatever, 5 hours or whatever hours we sleep. But this sleep, the pure devotees in Chaitanya Charitamrita is this club, they don't actually sleep. This is called, what is it, sushupti, deep sleep in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And pure devotees don't sleep in this way, like a deep coma, at least I've experienced, You sleep and you wake up, especially when we travel a lot, you wake up and I first think like, which country I'm in? I don't know where I'm from. And then okay, this country, what is the city, what building, Then you need a couple of seconds to kind of figure where you are, So, but the pure souls actually don't experience this. So now, although they are equal to everyone, still one who is very much inclined to render service is especially dear. So these devotees, the great souls, are actually very dear, very attentive to us. They're standing at this hall, big hall we all trying to climb out, and they actually say, oh, look at this guy, look at this guy, look at this girl, look at this dog. They're all trying to somehow get out of this hall, and I'm there to help them. So, just like Krishna, Prabhupada says, he's open to everyone. Krishna says, Sarva dharmam parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. 1866, famous verse. Prabhupada says, it is not meant only for Arjuna. It is open for everyone. For everyone. Just like sunlight. Sunlight is open to everyone. Everyone can enjoy sunlight. But if you keep your doors closed voluntarily, then what can sun do? So this is, there's other, more deeper discussions which I will skip because it's 8 o'clock. Just for the conclusion, Prabhupada conversation from 1976 in Tehran. Prabhupada went to Tehran, Tehran, 1976. Prabhupada says, you can rise to the highest platform from the fallen condition. That is Krishna consciousness movement. You can rise to the platform to talk with God, play with God, dance with God. Now this is the punchline. That is your opportunity. Now it is up to you to take it or not take it. It is up to you. So again, to summarize a little bit, it is possible in one life. We just have to be very sincere. And you can say ask for, or be open for the mercy. Ask for the mercy. And it is completely up to us. Sometimes we complain, oh, this person and that person, because of this person and that person. But this is all just excuses in reality. One of the very first lessons I've learned when I met this transcendental devotee called Rohini Sutta Prabhu. He was a Sankirtan devotee. He was one of the most fanatical devotees at that time I've ever met. And he said one sentence which stuck to me last 32 years, 33 years, whatever. He said, there is no material obstacle that can stop your devotional service. I was thinking, there's no material obstacle. We know from the Shastras, even if your body is, like Maharaj was saying, what is his name? I forgot. The wheelchair? Radhanath Prabhu. He had no legs, no legs. And he laid like this. He didn't even sit, he was laying, or like this. And I was like, such an uncomfortable person. And he distributed books. This is just a mind-blowing thing. There is no material obstacle. And even if, Haridas Thakur said, even if you cut my body to pieces, my soul will chant Hare Krishna. There is no material obstacles can stop our devotional service. So we should understand all this, how wonderful gift we got from Prabhupada, and we should just engage ourselves and do it and take it. Hare Krishna. I thank you very much for your attention. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So if you would maybe have anything to add or anything to ask. Balaram Prabhu first.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Jai Sach Prabhu. You touched the topic of mercy.
Yes.
And how do we endeavor actually for it? Maybe I'm paraphrasing a little bit. I was wondering, because we perform our devotional service with no expectations from Krishna, and I mean we are supposed to perform our...
Are we supposed to perform without expectation?
Without expectations that, okay, now you must make me a pure devotee or empower me and so on. But at the same time, it is said like our performance of sadhana is like our hearts are like small cups, and we're trying to catch the mercy under a waterfall. And by performing sadhana, we are just increasing our capacity to receive mercy. So, are we allowed to expect mercy? Actually, like, can we? Simple question. Are we allowed to expect mercy from the spiritual master, from Krishna, by endeavoring sincerely?
Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains something similar. And he says, my dear Lord, you promised that you will deliver your devotee. And you promised that you will, all whatever is my bad qualities, you will take away. And whatever is good, it will come from you. So from now on, it's your responsibility, not mine. I always like this, If anything happened to me, it's your fault, So devotees are, in that sense, shameless, yes. We are shameless. We expect the highest, I don't deserve it, but I'm shameless. Not in a puffed up way, but in a shameless way. I'm shameless. There's a verse by Rupa Goswami who says, this famous verse, I don't know Sanskrit, but he said that I have no qualities of a Vaishnava. I have no austerities. I don't have mystic powers. But I only know that you are very merciful to the fallen souls. And I know that you promised that you will save these fallen souls. So this hope, I have a hope that this will happen. And this hope is giving me pain. This is what Rupa Goswami said. Something like this. So meaning that, yes, we are expecting from Krishna to give us this, because he promised. Again, not in a puffed, not in a demanding way, but just, you said, you said it, so.
Thank you.
I mean, of course, there's more, we can discuss more about this, but yes, we expect from Krishna everything. We expect highest from Krishna. If you read Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songs, Sharanagati, for example, you can see the stages, how Bhaktivinoda goes from stage to stage, from anarthas, and then on the end he said, to hell with anarthas, I don't care about anarthas, I just want to serve you. He completely gave up this anarthas, I don't care about anarthas anymore. Now we are all like, I have this anartha or that anartha. Bhaktivinoda was so absorbed in the service that he's just, this is like disturbing me, this thing, anarthas thing, We just, tatra, what is it? Tatra mulyam lolyam ekalam. This is the verse from Nectar Instructions. Or Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami. It says, greed is the really only thing which will guide us in devotion. So greed, to achieve Krishna prema, as we, some temples they said, in order to quickly achieve desired success, Krishna prema, and all the devotees, Krishna prema, Although it's not written in Nectar Devotion, anyways, but it's written only in order to quickly achieve desired success. Punkt. No Krishna prema. But to achieve Krishna prema, we just have to have this desire. Tatra mulyam lolyam ekalam. Lolyam. Anything else? Algo más? Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you. Prabhu, I have a personal question to you. You speak about that it's possible philosophically to go back to Godhead within a lifetime with just a basic, like chanting 16 rounds, following 4x. This is amazing. But at the same time, it's also recommended, and we are inspired by performing devotional service without a gap, very intensely.
Yes.
And you seem to have a lot of experience how that works and how we can be engaged uninterruptedly with intensity and not becoming tired of this intensity? Can you say something about that? Just being always on the cutting edge of Krishna consciousness?
Yes, you can be cutting edge of Krishna consciousness, but sometimes you need to also break. And this break is not, you have to be smart in Krishna consciousness. You have to be, you have to play good cards. You have to, when the time for intensity comes, just be intense and just go for it. And as Prabhupada said in one letter, to hell with your health. What is health? This is my favorite sentence. What is health? Sometimes we care for our health. We have to care for our health, but sometimes this comes situation to hell with my health. Prabhupada went to the boat. In Jaladutta, he didn't think like, I have to now eat, multivitamins, and he just said, to hell, I'm going to preach, And if I die, at least, Prabhupada says, at least, anyways, I don't know. Say it, what I want to say. But sometimes it's like this. You want to just go for it, and in book distribution, sometimes you feel mental, or you feel tired, or cold, or you open the van and it's rain, and these people are looking like that, and you're like, I'm not going out, or whatever. You go out 2 hours and you're fried, and they are fried, and so say, okay, then just. And in that case, as one devotee said, you take shelter, one of the 2 bags. Bead bag or sleeping bag, You have to take shelter of one of the 2. You have to be smart which bag you take shelter of, Because if you take shelter of sleeping bag, you're supposed to chant, then it's not good. But if you chant, if you're tired and you take, I'm going to chant now, also ruins. You have to be smart which bag you take shelter of. And sometimes also it may take 1 year or 5 years over a retreat. Recuperating and think about this, and then after 5 years you come like a, whatever, phoenix. Or sometimes it may take 3 months, or sometimes 1. And some people just go for it from the beginning. When you wonder, where did they get this Mahavishnu Swami? It's like, where do you, It's just like, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Sometimes videos on Facebook, he's like swimming in the water, he's chanting Hare Krishna, completely not at all. We had a visit in Basel, we were in the Rath Yatra in Basel this year. Hot sun, and he sits down in the sun eating this prasad, no special diet, no. Just eating everybody, kitris, just eating this everybody, and they wash his hands and Some people just have this. But the point is, always, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, what is the progress? This is a very nice definition of progress by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He said, progress is a gradual adjustments towards the right destination. So sometimes we go, and we hit the head, we hit the wall with the head, and we push, and it doesn't go. Then we just step back and say, wait a minute, I could go around, Then you go around, it takes a little more time, but you gradually adjust yourself towards the right destination. This right destination goal, you cannot miss it, because otherwise, if you, for example, you're sick and you're taking care of your health, and then you become a health freak, you forget about devotional service. So it has to be always towards the right destination. Hare Krishna. Anything else from the Mataji section? Yes.
I just wanted to add, maybe you forgot to say it, when Brahmananda and Ganga Muni came back from Pakistan, Prabhupada told them, for this you go back to Godhead, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, I forgot, this is very important. But I was just stuck with the smelling, Prabhupada told them, for this endeavor you'll go back to Godhead. So then, therefore, I don't know if you know personally, you knew them personally, or you knew Brahmananda personally. Yes, I'm talking to you. I said, if you knew Brahmananda personally, he said once we were visiting him, there was just a few years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago, he was very sick in Vrindavan, and he said, he gained lots of weight, huge, He said, I don't care. well, I said, a devotee asked him, what do you, he said, I don't care, Prabhupada says I'm going back to God, I'm going back to God. He said it. He said, I don't care what I'm doing right now, Prabhupada promised. He was so convinced that Prabhupada promised he will take me back to God, and he's just eating there, he doesn't care. Because Prabhupada said. So I was thinking, wow, such a faith, Jai Prabhupada. Yes, Mataji.
I came a little bit later, but towards the end you said something about about being shameless while asking for mercy from Krishna and our gurus. So my question is, that still doesn't stop the feeling of like maybe guilt that we have, because maybe in ourselves we feel like we don't deserve it, but we should be shameless, but that feeling is still there, so it hinders our shamelessness, kind of, in a way.
Yes, therefore Rupa Goswami says, this hope gives me pain. We hope for Krishna's mercy, but we know we don't deserve it. But we are shamelessly asking him. It's kind of a painful situation, but still, somehow we have to do it. This is the instruction of a guru to actually do this. Because much earlier I was talking about this. This is this Prabhupada instruction to actually, for all of us to actually give one life to Krishna.
So there's no way to just disappear the feeling, there's nothing we can do to get rid of it.
No, we should be humble, of course. We should not be puffed up about it. Or I deserve to, or I'm an advanced devotee, I need to go. I'm going back to Godhead and this person is not. Like this one organized religion, I don't want to say which one because I don't want to offend, BC, and there's this one saint from this religion. He wrote. I actually saw this writing. He was a famous writer, and he said, when we go to heavens, because he belongs to this religion and he's going to heaven, the others will not. He said, when we go to heavens, from time to time, I will just walk over to hell and to see suffering people down there, and I will think, wow, I got such a good deal. I thought it was terrible, He feels like I'm in such a good place. I could have been down there, but with the mercy of whatever God, I'm up there. This is horrible. So we are not that puffed up, We just think we don't deserve it, but somehow, by Krishna. You see Chaitanya Charitamrita, throughout Chaitanya Charitamrita, so much humility. Sometimes it breaks your heart when you hear this. You're thinking, my God, I will never, in 10 million lives, I will never be so humble. Maybe longer. So humble, they all don't deserve it, they all so. Anything else, or should we call the day? First time, second time, third time. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai, going back to God in one lifetime ki jai.